Have you ever found yourself in a situation where year in, year out, Monday to Friday, you're always in debt? You're ever in debt. You close your eyes, you open your eyes, always in debt. I want to share with you a few strategies of how you can get out of debt. My name is CPA Richard Jobiese. Thank you for coming back. Number one, facing your finances. Facing your finances actually means setting your time aside to review your bills, budget and spending habits. Sit down, write down first of all what you plan to do with your money. Then after some time, sit down and proofread, review. Check on your spending habits, where you're spending them, how you're spending them, and how you're spending them. That's very important. Then whatever you think is not very important, whatever you feel is not a need, but is a want, scrap it off. Number two, setting realistic goals. In your mind, set goals that you know you can achieve. In other words, set small goals and then celebrate each positive step you make towards realization of the goals. You're getting net income of 20,000. You can't save 100,000 per month. You can't save even 15,000 per month. You can only save at least, or at most, maybe a third. That's around 7,000. So draw down and trust that you will save 70,000 in a year, or 7,000 times 12 in a year. So if you're able to save 7,000 every month, celebrate those steps. 7,000 the following month, celebrate those steps. Celebrate those steps. You can decide that you're not going to continue borrowing. You'll only borrow maybe 20,000 per month. And all your borrowings will be towards production, will be towards not recurrent expenditure. Then if you don't do it, you celebrate it. Number three, living below your means. In other words, you're getting 100,000 per month. You cannot budget for 100,000. You cannot budget for 150,000. No, you cannot. First of all, you take 10% to give it to God. You take another 30%, you give it to emergency funds. You must save at least 30%. You have 50% which you can now use, or you can decide not to consume. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. You consume 50, you save 30, and then 20 you decide to put in lifetime savings, or decide to put it as an emergency fund. So once you live below your funds, below your means, you'll have enough money to invest, you'll have enough money to save, you'll have enough money for emergency purposes. Number four, overcoming scarcity mentality. What is scarcity mentality? What is scarcity mentality? Scarcity mentality is recognizing that abundance is not finite and that there are countless opportunities for financial growth. Do you understand? So you must train your brain to overcome scarcity mentality. Like, in other words, there's also tomorrow. There's the day after tomorrow. There's next week, and then there's next year. So once you're in debt, you know how best to live. Then the next one is looking at debt as a symptom. So treat debt like a problem. If it's a problem, work towards a solution. Treat it like a job loss. Treat it like a medical problem. Treat it like a breakup. Then start working towards it. Start working towards treating this symptom. You're having a debt, so what do you do every morning? What do you do every month? What do you do every quarter of the year? What do you do half yearly? What do you do at the end of the year? What do you do annually? You're having a debt. You love taking debts. Start reducing your consumption, or start reducing your affinity towards debt. So that will help you. In other words, stop borrowing. Yes. Make a plan. A plan of how to manage your money. A plan of how to pay off your debt. A plan of how to survive without the debt. The next strategy, explore repayment options. How can I repay this debt? Classify them in terms of what? In terms of the expensiveness of the debt. So the debt that is very expensive, pay it first. Remain with the friendly ones. Another strategy, stick to cash purchases when possible. Sometimes when you're buying things via debt, they might seem to be very less costly. That is what we think. But one thing I'll tell you is buying things via debt is very expensive. So if you don't have money, don't buy. If you want to go for a vacation, you don't have money, don't go. Don't go take a loan for a vacation. Don't go take a loan for a wedding. The next one is stop taking debt. Just don't do debt. Why are you doing debt? What is debt for? What is debt for? You can live without debt. Thank you so much, and those are the strategies that are mindsets which, if you follow to the letter, will get you out of debt. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Ciao.